Hello, everyone. It's a manifesting Monday.
Oh, nice alliteration.
Oh, do you guys think alliterations are catchy?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love
Yes,
alliteration.
Yeah.
depends how much they're used, but yes. Just another manifesting Monday.
Yeah, yeah. Do you guys think that it's meme Monday today?
It's Meme Monday.
It's meme.
I'm loving alliteration on Meme
Just
Monday.
just another meme Monday.
Yeah, it's better than a mean Monday.
Ooh,
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
So today we've decided we're talking about excuse me, your life is waiting, but what's really waiting on our minds right now is memes, which came from this book, and memetics, which are the art of it's just the art of making memes. Okay, so let's talk about what is a meme.
Okay, but first, can we say, excuse me, that other book is waiting?
Excuse, excuse me, memes are waiting. Okay, so all right. So what is a meme? Everyone knows what I mean, we all know the classic picture with words on it as a meme. But what
right.
is a meme according to this book?
Well, Memetics goes back way, way, way before, and it was anything that got repeated over and over again, and we would had gone viral. It was anything that started small and caught on.
Yeah, I think we'd have to fact check this, but I think that the word meme was coined like back in the 50s or something like that. It's like people think the word meme happened when the word picture thing happened, but that was way older.
So a meme is anything is a contagious thought form, right? Or
Right.
so you're saying it's a thought form that's repeated, but I think you could repeat a thought form that's not okay. How do we know a thought form is contagious?
Oh, it's a virus that jumps from one person's mind to another to infect the other person.
So can we make anything go viral?
Well, like Laurie Anderson said, language is just a virus. Language is a virus.
So if I
Well,
just put the word and on my Facebook page, just the word and, could I make that go viral?
You could,
sure.
because you could tie it into Andy, Andrea. You could tie it into and dot dot dot. You could make some thing happen and then you'd make it like a tagline and then other people would pick up on it and pick up on what you were thinking when you meant that.
Or you could
Absolutely.
just use it in a certain way over and over again that the people would pick up. You could say, "Oh, I did this," and use it as punctuation. Use it as a bridge to something else, and not just the way "and" is normally used. And people might use it in that same way. Yeah, and
Hmm, interesting. So
you know
so
what I mean. So you know
there's
what I mean is a good. You know what I mean. Everybody says you know what I mean. You know what I mean. On the East Coast, they say that a lot. You
interesting.
know what I'm saying?
Well, some things it seems like they go viral because they're catchy, and then some things are created into a mind virus. Like, okay, so how do what just catches on? Has anything naturally gone viral that you can think of?
Dude,
Dude,
dude, dude.
dude, dude,
It just started being used, dude, bro.
dude. Okay. So there's some,
Yep.
I
You know what I
guess,
mean, bro?
slang. Slang is a meme.
It could be slang. I think
Slang's
sometimes,
something that catches on, like groovy, caught on, and then everyone was saying groovy.
Yeah, I think there's a little more to a meme than just a word that catches on, though.
yeah.
I think there
And
has to be an intent behind it, like, or something being communicated in a little blip.
Okay. So it's a concept that goes viral. Like, Okay, let's talk
Yeah,
about political propaganda. Like, is political propaganda memeing?
I think so. I think that like in 1984 by George Orwell, like there were some sayings that they, had like did they say in that book everybody's equal? Some are just more equal than others.
I can't remember where that came from,
Hmm.
but it could. I do know that. Um, I think
Oh, go ahead.
politics exploits the meme. I think politics loves mimetic. We believe that if everybody says what they want to say, they'll be part of the group that trying.
So politicians understand memetics. They've probably read manifestation and scripting books before.
No,
Some of them have.
politicians. Well, politicians don't know their ass from third base, but they have people that have read scripting books. They have
Yeah,
people
I
who
think I would
understand mimetic.
disagree with you about your assessment of politicians.
No, yes, okay.
Yes. I think some of them know what they're doing and they're doing it intentionally.
Well, it didn't make a blanket statement.
Hmm.
Well, okay, so a meme is so you're saying a meme is any contagious thought form, but like from what I remember reading, and Lumiere read this most recently, so he's the expert on the chapter because he just read it.
Never an expert. I'm still in it, actually.
But from what I remember, memes can be created like three ways. Like a meme can be told to you by somebody. A meme can be just happen in conversation. Like in our Course in Miracles group, we always come up with band names. We're like Miracle Puker or like because it
Right.
comes out of organically out of conversation and then we make a meme of it. We're like, that's a good band name. And then that's a saying, that's a contagious thought form that we like. And so then we say that. The one we had the other day was ongoing hero. That was another one. Um, and then the third way they can come is you can create a meme on purpose.
I think that's the propaganda angle, right? When you're
Yeah.
creating something with the intent of it infecting other people's brains with your thoughts.
And I think advertising does this beautifully.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point too.
Advertising lives on memes.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if they know it, but they're experts at memetics.
Yeah, let's think of there. What ads are catchy? Like, what ads have like caught on through the years? Pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Is that one?
Pop, pop, fizz, fizz. That's Alka Seltzer.
Oh, snap,
Vroom,
crackle, pop.
snap, crackle, pop. Vroom, vroom.
Where's
So
the meat?
where's the beef? Vroom, vroom was a car ad for Mazda, I think, but people said vroom, vroom related to other things, not just cars. Like I'll be there in 10 minutes. Vroom, vroom.
Hmm,
Hmm.
I'm
interesting.
at Wiki and it says that it's from an ancient Greek mimema, meaning imitated thing.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So it's a thing
Oh,
that's
I guess that's
copied and
older than the
just
50s.
Yeah, the memetics, the study, the field was uh, started in 1990s.
hmm. I wonder if it's under cultural studies and comparative literature.
Well, there are different types according to Wiki, if you believe Wiki: archaeological, biological, social, cultural, linguistic research framework.
Wait, those are all kinds of memes?
Yes.
Wait, so what's an example of an archaeological meme?
I have to. There's a guy named Dawkins who was Richard Dawkins, 1976 book, Selfish Gene.
Yeah. Oh,
You know
sorry. I
that?
thought of the 50s. Yeah, no, it was the 70s that says. Yeah, Richard
But
Dawkins is Selfish Gene.
I cannot find it quickly.
Mm, right on.
But there are several types of meme transmissions or thought contagions. Why? My light is bad. Uh, an idea that quantity of parenthood, efficiency of parenthood, proselytic, privational, adversative, cognitive, motivational. There are different kinds of memes. But
Well,
I,
let's talk about why are we talking about memes in the context of manifestation? Can we bring it back home to that? Like, why is it in this book about scripting?
Lumiere, I do want to study those. Like maybe we could prepare those for an episode because I want to learn those too, like the different kinds
yeah,
of memes. But yeah, that's a good question. Like, why would memes, what do memes have to do with manifestation? I mean, I can say something if you want. Uh,
yes,
I would say that in manifestation, one of the reasons we script, like this is called scripting the life you want, which is writing in a journal and writing all these scripts and saying like what you want and stuff, is that you're basically doing mind control so that you can make the world participate in what you want, you know, kind of thing. So if you make a meme or a contagious thought form around something that you want. Like, for example, I was losing weight and I started to tell people I'm on a slender bender. And the reason I did that was that I wanted people to participate with me in me losing weight instead of saying things like, you don't need to lose weight or like all bodies are beautiful or like what and I'm like that's fine but I'm on a slender bender, you know what I mean, like I made it contagious to the point that they wanted it too, you know what I mean, so it's like I think in manifestation, you want to be contagious with what you want so that the world wants it with you.
Yeah, I think
right.
that's true. And I
Yeah,
also think that there's you know how people do this thing called vision boarding? Where they create like, like one way of doing it is like cutting things out of magazines or printing things out that you see pictures of, and then get all artsy craftsy about it, and you actually make a physical poster of the thing that you're trying to manifest and envision. And it's like it's a way of really involving yourself and having to visualize it and create, do the work to make this thing. And then you have this thing that you put like somewhere there where it'll be in your face oftentimes. And you always it's to remind yourself. And I think that like this meme business like is a follow-on to that of like it's a way to entrance yourself too.
right, right. I could see that to make yourself. You think if you use the meme often, it will get you what you want. Like, an athlete. Not that I know anything about sport, but an athlete who wants to do a pole jump, starts saying every time they go to do it, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and then they can do it.
Interesting. Well, okay, so I got hypnotized and she was a memer. Like what I realized is this she she would like for example in losing weight she would say over and over, I am slim, confident, powerful, and masterful. I am slim, confident, powerful, and masterful. And so so basically like she got into my mind hole like that I'm slim. Like I don't know why like now I'm slim. I don't know. Like but she was a total mind controller and it was like it I guess to putting me in the hypnotic state let that mind parasite get in there, right? Because I was in the subconscious state, but it was the thought that she chose to write that got my behavior to change, right? So it's like you and I, Jay-Z, have been working a lot on the actual sentences that we write for manifestation, because we want to make sentences that, if repeated over and over, create the behavior change that we're wanting, right? Like, so um
Yeah, like, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, for example, I have one that says like I am organized and caught up. And when I started writing that every single day in the morning, I was not organized and caught up at all, but I wanted to be. And just by, telling myself that and then scripting in my journal, like all of the things that I was doing, or was gonna do that day. Like it's that book, the Script the Life You Want, has this technique where it has you in the morning, you create like a fake journal entry from the end of the day where your day went perfectly and you did all of the things that you wanted to do and all these like awesome bonuses happened to you and whatever. And so I would say like, oh, I took care of this and I took care of that and I took care of this. And then like it really, and I would say to myself every day, I'm organized and caught up.
Mhm. Yeah. Do
And
you
you
have
were, right? Then you were.
he is
I
now.
became that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lumiere, do you have any sentences that you're repeating over and over?
Uh, Not presently, I guess. I can make this work is one of the, and I've used that for a great number of years when I was a drywall finisher and I would go into a job where the carpenters had hung the drywall instead of calling it a drywall hanger. They were awful at it most of the time. And I would just look at it and be depressed because it meant more work for me to make it look good. And I started saying, I can make this work. I would tell the contractor that, and then I had to keep telling myself that.
Hmm.
And it did. I mean, really, I felt like I had no choice, but I made it work. It stuff good.
Well, and okay, so you're making me think of breaking memes. Like, I'm actually a meme breaker. Like, for example, so one of the things we learn in this book is the reason to script is that people will put their memes all over you, like their germs, their contagious thought forms all over you. And I think, I don't know if I'm okay to say this on air, Lumiere, but one of the memes you grew up with was "Nothing will work."
That'll never work.
That'll never work, and you broke that meme with "I can make this work,"
Yes, I
right?
never thought of that. I actually never thought of that.
So so I think breaking memes, like one of the memes that I have to break a lot is narcissism, which is a contagious idea. Like for some reason people trip on narcissism. Like everyone's a narcissist. Like everyone who does anything good is a narcissist. Like anyone who's too powerful is a narcissist. And like people trip on this thing. And at the Moira Press production company, anytime any of our artists does anything awesome, they start getting called a narcissist because it's so contagious. And I'm just like, I have to break that meme constantly. Like, and I'll be like, oh yeah, we love narcissists. They love to show up, put the narcissist on the stage. We love the narcissist, and people just get so offended that I broke their meme. I'm like, oh, did I break your meme? Like you just want me to think the same as everyone. Oh, like it's so cute. Like it just memes piss me off. Honestly, they're like germs.
Well, there's a lot of infectious language attached to the
Can we think
virus.
of some negative memes that get on us?
Say
I've
that again.
Can you think of negative memes that have gotten on you?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of an example, but when somebody has a phrase that they repeat often and they attach it to you.
Oh, I'll tell you a meme. This is controversial. Don't get mad at me, you guys. COVID. Now that was a meme. That was a parasitic thought form that went through the world. You know what I mean? And now they're fighting with all these vaccines, and like everyone's broken the thought form because they've got 10 boosters now and like all this stuff. And I was like, oh, did it take you 10 boosters to figure out that you can, yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's like I was literally fighting that mental parasite because I'm a Christian Scientist where we heal the body with the mind. That's what I learned to do growing up. And it's like you're just like I'm like stop making me sick with your idea. That idea is sickening. You know what I mean? That these like but it's like I had to break it with planetary. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, the planets were sickening in that month or those 2 months where everyone's getting sick." Like I have to be like, "And the planets have moved on and like the planets aren't that sickening anymore." And like I use astrology to break memes like that all the time, but like a germ an infectious illness is also a mental meme.
Well,
I mean, that's controversial, but because
right.
people are taught that germs cause illness, but radical astrologers would say that the planets cause symptomology. Like the planetary pileup that caused COVID was so disgusting that astrologers were actually afraid of that thing for years before it came. So it's like, but it's hard to explain. The doctors now are not susceptible to the mind meme of COVID. Like they're like, yeah, you might have COVID. Like the doctors have been broken of the mind parasite now because of the 10 boosters. Like it's hard, and but also symptomology is not showing up because the planets aren't there anymore. I mean, this is controversial, but like I'm just saying that I do think even germs are a mind meme.
Hmm. I'll have to drive that around and see if anybody gets in. The idea of germs, the idea of germs, like the flu for years is itself a meme. The flu, you may not say the person has it, but the mention of it conjures up so much for people.
Oh, totally. Like people go like if you say like flu, then people start going like get away from me.
Yeah,
Like people
yeah,
have all these reactions to a concept like that.
right. If somebody sneezes and you say "ha flu," it'll take them a minute to convince themselves that you're joking and that that person doesn't have the flu because it's triggered.
Yeah, it's a contagious thought form that if someone's sick, we should do all these things. Okay, what about milk? It does the body good. Is that true or is that a meme?
Well, it depends. If you're lactose intolerant, it doesn't do crap for your body.
Yeah, I think
But
the
it
other
did.
things are like that there's a lot more, there's a lot of context here, and there's
Yeah,
like it's not as simplistic as a phrase or as like when you break something down into like a tiny phrase of a few words, then like people mean different things by those few words strung together in that, manner. And I think that what you're saying as a meme is in a certain context, one person's interpretation.
yeah, and I think we have to exclude all advertising because all advertising's sole purpose is to get somebody to buy something and to be as oblique about what they're describing as they possibly can, so that
Yes, but
nobody
you read
actually has
into
any
it.
information. Huh?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over
No, go
you.
ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I think it's so that they leave it intentionally vague so you'll think over it.
Yeah.
You'll fill in the rest of the story in a scene that looks the most appealing to you.
Well, like a meme, intentional memes, they're trying to get you to do something, right? Like where's the beef? That meme leads people to buy a bar, Burger King burger. I don't remember what
I
the.
don't remember some burger.
So when you hear "Where's the beef," you're like, "Oh, I want to go." You conjure an image of driving to wherever to get a burger or whatever, or like snap, crackle, pop. What do you conjure an image of? Like eating
Those
your
No, those three characters.
Yeah, me
okay.
too. A
Or you put your
blue
Rice
box with
Krispies in
just
and they
three
make that
cartoons.
sound in the milk.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's funny. And then one, like, we all forget what that even the brand was for, the Where's the Beef thing. And then the other one, Snack Crapple Pop, I just remember the characters and the blue box and their
Right.
white. red hats.
Right. Three little characters.
That's funny.
So let's can we talk about vision boards and how that's a meme? Because okay, so like first of all, people think that a meme is just a picture with words, but we're saying it's any contagious thought form. And though in manifestation they use pictures a lot, like making a vision board is memetics, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So are you supposed to make a contagious picture?
You're supposed to make a picture so that you're infecting your own subconscious with a vision of when you go to sleep at night, like how your subconscious can work on it to make that thing a reality. It's like kind of infecting, it's your conscious brain infecting your subconscious brain with images and ideas of what it is that you want.
But it's just for you, right?
Well, I think like Andy was saying though, if you share it with other people, then they'll, if they're, people who are on your team, then they will help you create this thing in our, uh, consensual reality as well. Our like reality here.
So like, well, we read that one thing that said that if you're manifesting something, you should keep it to yourself. Remember that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but
That's
like
so old school, huh?
as a producer, I've been, working with thought forms forever because what we do is like, let's say an artist wants to do something like, let's say, Lumiere wanted to, push a script he wrote or something like that. We would get the picture of what he wanted to have happen. Like, let's say he wanted the script he wrote to be in the hands of 10 play places. I don't know how this works, but you'd have to describe his industry and what he wants. And so let's say we're like, okay, we want his play running on these stages. Okay, so then we would make a vision of that happening and we would make a video of that vision. That's how we do it in production, is like we basically make those images and then show them to the public. And then the public's like, oh, look, like Lumiere is a playwright and he has plays running. And then they're like, I want his play. So we've been doing that for years, in production. But that's a, I've been, yeah, but I there, I've never found anything as effective at teaching the public what is going on in the minds of artists other than showing it in video.
And I
Showing
think
the art, whatever the art is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that overpowers the negative uh influence of saying your dreams out loud. Like, because I think the thing that, the old school way of like you're supposed to keep what you want to yourself, assumes that there are other people around you who are gonna get jealous or gonna have some of their own reasons why they think you don't deserve or shouldn't have that thing, and they'll work against you, right? And so it's like because there are forces that are gonna work against you if they know what you're working towards, that was the reason behind like keeping it to yourself. But I think like what you're saying, Andy, is like when you create a video that can get shown to so many people, it's like it's overpowering the like little negative impact that might happen of like so and so gets jealous. I think that maybe that's why, I don't know, why do you think that it doesn't make sense to keep it to yourself anymore?
Well, I just think that that's, I don't know. That's a, I just don't like that idea. I just
Hmm.
think that's a waste of time. It's like, because when you work with a crowd, it's like the crowd needs to know what the vision is real quick, or else no one's doing anything. You know what I mean? So it's like, I guess if I can see, but I see what you're saying. It's like you don't want anyone to ruin your vision, you
Hmm.
know? And but I'm used to that. Like, for example, my mentor, Judith Hill, would always say, like anytime you try to do something, the demons will try to stop you. Like, she's kind of esoteric, but she's like, demons will try to stop you and all this stuff. And I was just like, yeah, well, I have a spell card that kicks any demon's ass. I'm just like relentlessly into moving forward with the vision because my chart is a visionary. It goes with like as like an autistic person or where I get visions like they're like clay, and if somebody like fights with my vision, I have to like unmold it and then remold. So it's easier for me to just go with the vision than like let someone tear down my vision, if that makes sense. But like a lot of people will just let anyone change their idea, I suppose. I mean, I don't
But
know.
I think
Well,
if
maybe. Oh, go ahead, man.
I was just going to say, if you're manifesting, maybe they can shake your vision, and I don't, it took me a while in life to get the idea of sharing, but I think sharing ideas is great, and they can say good or bad, and who cares what they say? But you can share your ideas. I think that's a great idea. But I think there's a certain kind of person that if you're manifesting something and you say, if you tell somebody, I'm trying to manifest a plaid pony because I want a plaid pony, then uh, you have to be strong enough in that belief so that whatever they say, no, it's stupid. You can't get a plaid pony. You have to get a plaid pony with a bow tie. No matter what they say, it can't shake you. It can't disturb your goal to manifest that.
Interesting. Yeah, you could be like, I'll be making a plaid pony, and then you like make 10 plaid ponies, and then you got like
Yeah,
they have all these plaid ponies, and like
right.
then you go shopping at the plaid pony.
Well, this book,
There's a place here
I
called the
love.
Plaid Pantry.
Oh,
I
I
love.
see.
Oh, that's right. Plaid pantry ponies.
That's triple alliteration.
That's this week only. Plaid pantry ponies. This book, which I love holding up like this, makes me think that I'm in a talk show. Um,
You are in a
they
town.
they
Yeah,
I
aren't
am in
you?
it. I guess I am. It's just yeah. It's anyway. They I forgot my thought, but they. Oh God.
You're in a listening show. No, I'm just kidding. It's a talk show. Yeah, it's
Oh
like
my God.
we don't judge the numbers. We're not like, oh, we only got 30 views, so we're not a real talk show. It's like our vision is that we have a talk show, so that's what it is. We don't
Yeah.
really care.
No, I
Yeah.
don't really care. I don't even look at the numbers. Are there numbers? Wish I
And
could remember.
well, I think too, so maybe it's also the, Pluto and Aquarius thing. Maybe the times really have changed, and that's why sharing our visions and then manifesting them together is a viable thing now too. And we can do it because, I can be sitting here on the East Coast and you guys on the West Coast, and we can be talking about this in a video,
Yeah.
together real easily.
I mean,
So
we're manifesting manifestation.
we are. We're meta manifestors.
We're meta manifestors. It's it's an alliterative night, folks.
Oh
We're
my.
meta manifestors. There's a t-shirt right
We're
there.
meta mega. We're mega manifestors. Um,
And
yeah,
we're
well,
doing this from afar.
I was thinking about this, Jay-Z, like with your manifestation currently of like finding a boyfriend, it's like I can see where if you share that with the world, like some people be like, it's not right to have a boyfriend. You should have a girlfriend. Like, and it's like I can see where people could impinge on the vision with their judgments or
Yeah.
but the point of scripting and making your own memes is just like is you basically beat their thought with contagion.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, like you're like wall of boyfriends
You got to believe it.
or whatever. Like, and then their thought can't even get to you because you're like full
Right.
of boyfriends or
Right. Right. I'm getting a boyfriend. I'm going to have a boyfriend. And it's, it has to be so deep in you that when somebody says, well, it's not the right time, look at your front lawn. It's just all, you can't have a boyfriend with a lawn like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say because just let it bounce off you. I'm getting a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
It's just like in reality, people will say, well, I just turned 85, so I'm going to get a motorcycle. There will be people in legion that come out of the woodwork to say, oh, you sure you want to do that? You're 85 years old and you're as fat as a house, and the licensing and you'll never even be able to get on. It doesn't matter.
Like
You want
I'm starting to think of meme street. I'm like boyfriend bazaar, uh, boyfriend bonanza. Like, see how that's more contagious and catchy than the idea that you shouldn't have a boyfriend?
Oh
to,
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think you're right, Lumiere. It's like you're just like you are so infected with your own, strength about it that you're like, What are you talking about? I can't, like that's dumb."
and yeah, your strength about it is really, I think, important. It's what do it again. But this book says that you really have to believe it. That's right. You really have to believe it.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
writing you're writing what you want in the journal, and it's not just buy green beans. It's a belief. You're writing exactly what you believe will happen, what you're intending. It says intentions. Your intentions for the next day or the next week or the 10-day script. So
Well, I feel like it's about rallying. It's like you want to rally the world to help you with your thing. And so if you get some viral memeing going on, like people start to rally with you. They're like a boyfriend bonanza. I want to be on the boyfriend bonanza. Like I got a boyfriend for you. You know what I mean? It's
that's
like, but
right.
if you just don't have anything contagious about it, they're like, oh, the thought doesn't even stick. They didn't even register that you're getting a boyfriend. They don't. You know what I mean?
Right. And
yeah,
you
yeah.
could get support. That if you say, I'm going to have a boyfriend, you might have people that just say, you deserve a boyfriend. Of course, you're going to have a boyfriend.
Yeah. And then if you say presents to those who hook me up with some blind dates.
Like, what kind of present? And then they'll be calling you or texting you. They'll be texting you saying, look, I see this guy over here. He's in the coffee shop and put coffee on him so I can get his name. Okay.
Perfect. See? That's what we need.
I also think there's something to be said about the cleverness of memeing, where like if you say something in a clever way, people like feel it's like a permission to engage. Like we do this at the Moira Press, like we'll make visual memes. Let's say we want people to come to a teleology lecture and they're just looking, they're like teleology, and then we're like make a meme of it, we're like teleology and soulmate, and then they're like, oh, teleology, because it's like permission to find this clever also.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Sorry if you guys think I'm a narcissist for talking about the Moira Press, but it is my job. But the point I just feel like the cleverness of memes makes people want to also engage.
Yeah. To buy into it. I was
Yeah.
going to say when I lost my thought before, I hope I haven't lost it, and that the book likes the repetition of things. Write in this thing every night. You write if you didn't get it that day, you write it that night again. So that's a meme because it's going viral from Tuesday to Wednesday, from Wednesday to Thursday. Not from person to person, but just for you, from one day to the next.
Ooh, that's a good point. Like it keeps you tripping on it. Like you want to keep yourself obsessed with that idea.
Yeah,
Huh.
And
it's a your own meme.
well, I think it's that the brain theory of like making the pathways, synapses in your brain, like you when you think the same thing over and over again, like the nerve impulses or however that works with the energy in your brain, like traveling those pathways, it's easier for them to travel pathways that they've traveled before, and it's easier for you to have thoughts like along that same line. It's like how we remember things. And I think that maybe the thing about memes is they're catchy, and they're catchy because it's easy to make a that pathway somehow.
Yeah,
Like there
like
must be
say here's
something
in the
in
book,
brain
here's some
science.
examples of like visual memes they make. They like put this lady's head, she wanted to go travel, so they put her head on lady's, like, look, she's traveling. And then this is her being so happy that she's traveling. And it's like she wants to see herself this happy. Like it's like it gets in your mind and you can't shake the image, or kind of thing. Um, I guess I want to understand how a visual meme is different than a just a sentence, but I guess it just depends on the contagious. Like he was saying, like this is a meme to put your toilet paper
Yeah,
into a little, like hotels all over do this idea because it's really
yeah,
a good idea.
I really love it. Really love it. I was just at the at hotel in Manzanita, and they did that. Great. Imagine taking the time.
Yeah, well, so I do love, I mean, one of my biggest takeaways from our conversation today so far is that a meme makes a manifestation contagious to your own self. Like Lumiere was saying, like it keeps you going on it daily, you know. Because in order to manifest anything, you have to focus on it continually.
So really, that's a great point. That the meme for yourself will help you focus.
Yeah, we need
Look,
to make a meme for you, like a magical Christmas meme, like enchanted, let's see.
uh,
Enchanted Christ. No, I don't know. I don't know what would be.
no, no, Christ. It's working. We got a Christmas tree on Saturday, and we had a great time.
So one of my like there are really important times that you do kind of like memeing, like when you're doing book titles or band names. Like
Yeah.
um
Cat and Christmas tree.
Oh, nice
ooh,
Christmas
that's
tree.
beautiful. Like if you want a book, they say, don't judge a book by its cover, but judge it by its meme name though.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Right. Like writing the life you want, scripting the life you want.
That is an infectious idea that you could have the life you want.
Right. That's right. And it lays it out very simply. Like if you script, you will get the life you want. Scripting the life you want. It's that easy.
Yeah. And excuse me, your life is waiting is pretty catchy because you're like, your life is waiting.
Your life is waiting. Come on.
Yeah, totally. You kind of get, but yeah, I'm trying to think of classic books and if they have meme titles, like Grapes of Wrath. That seems kind of catchy.
It
Um,
probably was in its day.
so
It's rad.
that makes me think, and I do have to leave right on time because I have a 5:30, but it makes me think of memes as zeitgeist builders, like reflecting the zeitgeist, like that word groovy, right? That was contagious at that planetary celestial moment
Yeah.
of history. But now that's not the energy, the undercurrent we have doesn't pick up on that word.
Right.
Like
It's
that would
about fashion. Yeah. So I think what you're saying is that there's an arc for me, that it starts and it has a life of its own, and then it fades away. You're too young to remember groovy.
no, I talk
Well,
to some older people. Jay-Z.
maybe it's they have a life because they have infected the population, and it's no longer like a new thing, but it's become part of the culture. already, you know?
Oh, it makes me think of memes jumping the shark. You know what it means to jump the shark?
Hmm.
When
Yeah.
something is no longer fresh or relevant.
Yeah.
So maybe memes maintain relevancy for a certain time and then they become integrated and then they're part of the fabric of the world or something.
Yeah, they've added their disease or opposite of that into the social fabric.
And then next time we can talk about whether they come back or not. I see we're running out of time. My
Hmm.
my oldest son likes Grandmaster Flash. So so in one of the songs he says, "Keep the faith, baby." And I explained to him that we said that all the time. We would walk away from somebody and say, "Keep the faith, baby," but it's gone now. Nobody says that. And nobody really meant keep the faith, whatever that was. It's keep the faith, baby.
Interesting. Makes me memes make me think of mycelium, like of mushrooms having mycelium and like that it's that stuff underneath where all the mushrooms grow off of it. And I feel like humans have this like mycelium of thought, it's like memes hit the mycelium of human existence, and then we
Mhm.
all grow on that meme kind of thing.
Nice.
That's
It's
probably a
like
good stopping
off
point.
record.
That is. I have a question, JC. Did you send me a friend request on Facebook?
Oh, I did. Are you gonna accept it?
Yeah, but I always assume that they're not that they're
Oh, it's a hacked account?
yeah, it's a fisher. So if I know you
No,
did send
no.
it, I'll accept it.
Yeah, yeah. Except I won't be telling you how I just took a cryptocurrency course.
I never accept a friend request unless I know that somebody actually sent it. I did the same thing with Camille. Said, "Did you send me that?" She said, "Yes." So I
Nice. All right, so next week, we could either pick back up with excuse me, or we could keep talking memetics, and you could teach us all those memetic kinds. Like, I'd be really interested in that.
I'm going to read about memetics. Um, and where are you in the other book?
We are
Because I have that on Libby.
page 85 is what we'll be
Oh, you're
starting
up
with
there.
next time.
Okay, maybe I'll skip it. But I think I'll do a little more research in memetics.
Yeah, I would love to do another episode of memetics. All right, you guys, I love you very much, and sorry we have a hard stop, but that's how it goes.
Okay.
Talk
Yeah,
to you.
and try and figure out how they fit into manifestation theory.
What?
Memetics.
Okay, let's keep thinking on memetics. All right, we'll see you soon.
Peace.
Let's
Thank you.
text out our next time. Okay, bye.
Keep the faith, baby.